Greetings, everybody. It's good to have you all back. Welcome back to Strixhaven University. I'm Zephyr. I will be your dungeon master this evening, giving Malachi a well-deserved break. And with us this evening, in no particular order, we have Malachi playing Fortis.
Oh!
Getting attacked, I think.
Soundly attacked in the feet. Ow.
Oh, first
You-
crit of the session.
you-
Let's go.
You little asshole.
Does that qualify for sneak attack?
It fucking
I
does, you know.
think it does. I think
Fucking
I'm
did,
gonna have
I
to
give it
allow
a
it. Speaking of, I can probably get my dice out.
Oh, fucking hell.
We go. We have got Seb playing Morwen.
Hello, salutations.
We have Mahiz playing Janice.
Hello, hello.
We have Kat playing Lavender,
Hello.
and we have Dragon playing Simon.
What's up? What's up, bitches?
What's up?
Fucking hell! Right out of Scream. Good to see. Good to see. Well, like this is technically session 1, but we got introduced to everyone a couple of weeks ago, and we did a little bit of setup. Our players have arrived at Strixhaven. Some have arrived more uniformly than others. Morwen, Fortis, and Lavender, went along with the crowd straight to the dormitories, went through their initial introductions, introduced to their roommates, and sort of allowed to settle in. Simon and Janice, however, snuck off a little bit because Simon knows a shortcut. Couldn't imagine how. And ended up outside the Bozen Tavern where they stumbled upon a secret meeting between a cloaked purple glowing individual and an elf under the effects of a disguised self with glasses, having been given 2 black vials and hiding them in a false book before sneaking off.
I
The
sense
party-
some romance.
The party reconvened back at the dormitories, got introduced once again to their roommates. Morwen got a little... I'm not sure introduction is the right word, Seb, but sort of got a little hands-on with his next-door neighbor, Aurora and Xantha. And
Hey, he discovered the undead. He had to act.
I'm sure that won't be a problem. Meanwhile, Simon went up to the roof to do a little bit of stargazing through the night. Not before though, being given a beautiful little silver bracelet by Professor Maker. But we join our party in the early morning. The sun is rising over the island. The dormitory is quiet, as it seems for the most part it is just you, fresh-blooded first years, that dwell within the halls. Obviously, you'll all wake up in your own time. Simon, I imagine you were still on the rooftop?
Yes, he would have spent the entire night there.
So, what I'd like for you to do for me is, as that sun is rising, as orange and amber begins to coat the horizon, and the stars and void of night retreat back to the other side of the world for a while, you feel that warmth going over your skin. Let us into the mind of Simon for a moment or two.
I would say that he looks over the sun with a little bit of disdain. Like, how fucking dare you, like, take away from me something so beautiful as a nice guy? I'm like, fucking bitch, like, fucking cunt, what the fuck? He is, he's not necessarily excited to be back in the university. I wouldn't say that he's dreading it, but there's this like weird like feeling of anxiety just residing deep within him. He Well, things have changed a lot. He has changed somewhat. He's afraid of things gonna stay exactly the same way they were before. So it's dread, a general feeling of dread as he is getting ready for some of the first classes, not classes, the orientation. You said. That's definitely is going to be his mindset currently. I'd say, yeah.
Right. Meanwhile, down in the halls, students are starting to wake up, sort of begin wandering around. I would like the other four, so that being Lavender, Fortis, Janice, and Morwin, to each roll me a d6.
Oh, all right. 5.
3.
3.
I'm trying to. There we go. Not bad.
1.
1.
5.
Right, well, that makes it very easy. Fortis, you begin to stir and awaken. Janice is not quite awake, but the sun is starting to streak through that window in the middle of the room that separates the sleeping quarters from the sort of shower and wardrobe that you both have access to. You slept comfortably. It's not the best sleep you've ever had. These aren't the finest of silks. These are not the softest of pillows, but it was comfortable enough for you to be able to get rest and sort of allow yourself to acclimatize. What does your morning routine look like, do you think, as you start getting up and going about your morning, getting ready for orientation?
So, wake up, sit up, get up, get dressed, followed by oral care, and I'm ready to go.
Very nice. Are you moving around a lot as you do this, or is it kind of very much in your own area?
It is direct. It's direct. It is only to exactly where I need to be.
Cool. All right. So as you get up, prepare your robes, prepare your... There's not a lot for you to prepare, obviously, today, but you get your essentials. And the person next to you begins to stir as Janice. You hear a little bit of movement going on, and you also hear some noises from outside. As you wake up again, you're sort of blinded as your bed is opposite the wall with the window, so the sun's a bit more directly into your face. But it's a warm, comfortable sensation, and as your eyes are open, you see Fortis sort of moving around very precisely, getting his things together.
Yanis is just going to nod, grab the things he needs for bathing and changing, and head for the bathroom.
Very nice. As you go in, it's a little sort of brass rain shower that sort of hangs down from above you. There is no faucet, there's no dial, there's no sort of any mechanical operation to the shower. But as you stand underneath it for a moment, what kind of shower are you looking for?
Something nice, hot, and bracing to, wake me up for the day.
And as though your thoughts are commands being heeded, this nice hot water begins showering down and around you. And Fortis, your room will kind of start to fill up with a little bit of steam as the hot shower starts going. It's for you that like with how hot it's getting, it might be a little uncomfortable. Like it's sort of hotboxing the room a little bit.
That's fine.
But Janice, you are able to shower quite comfortably, and if you feel it's too hot, again, your mind almost controls the temperature of the water. Meanwhile, on the other side of the hallway, almost at the exact same time, Morwen and Lavender, you sort of both begin to stir and awaken as you hear a lot more bustling now at this point in the morning in the hallway. Everyone's starting to get up. Some people are getting up and out right away, but you can also maybe hear some conversation out in the halls. Some people trying to make acquaintances, trying to figure out what orientation it's going to be like. But as you two get up, what does it look like in your room?
A quick thing to point out, Morwen doesn't sleep. He has been he started off flagellating himself, whipping himself more.
Right,
Eventually he transitioned into simply praying, more so asking forgiveness for allowing one of the undead to persist.
Well,
Wow.
we'll say then for your sake that it's at this point when Lavender you start to wake up, your prayers are starting to get disturbed from the noises outside, and we'll go about it that way.
Yeah. So
I
Morwen who
forgot
has
about
been
the
kneeling in
flagellation.
front of his lantern.
So he's not currently whipping himself, right?
He's not, no. He only did that for like the first 2 hours of the long rest.
Only for the first.
Well,
Okay, okay.
Correction. He would have done that for the first 2 hours unless Lavender would have at any point told him to stop.
I think she would have been too nice to say anything, honestly. Especially
All
because
right.
she has her own problems that she can't necessarily not inflict on you. So she would just probably kind of like grumble awake, not having had the best sleep in the world, and just kind of opens her eyes, gives him a freaking death glare for a minute, and rolls over and just sticks the blanket back over her head for like 5 minutes before she's like, okay, time to get ready. And she gets up and starts getting herself ready for the day. And yeah.
At some point during the night, Morwen would have changed out of his armor into his personalized school uniform, shall we call it?
I thought you were gonna say your bed armor, like. I would not put it past you to have a different set of armor for like resting.
Used to.
These are my work pollards. These are my work pollards. These are my dating pollards.
These are my dancing pollards.
Oh dear.
Oh, I love that.
This is my pauldron. I only use it for special occasions.
Oh my god.
This helmet is only worn during studying hours.
No, the helmet never comes off. From what I understand,
the helmet stays on.
The helmet stays on during sex.
Yeah.
No. The helmet stays on. That's the whole statement.
Simon, how long do you think it would be before you come down and join everybody?
I feel like it would be. Oh, he's gonna make so many detours. He's gonna he's getting there. He took a pillow with him, a blanket, and a set of the uniform so that he could change up there. He's just gonna just drop it. He's gonna find a corner somewhere in the place where he's gonna stash a pillow and blanket there. And he's going. It's
roll for me a history check.
13 plus 5. Oh wow, 18 total.
Yeah, no.
I was
you're-
looking for a second. I was looking at Moira's character sheet. I was like, -1. What the fuck?
No, your stash spot is still very much here, and it does look like over the last 100
Nice.
years or so, other people have also used it. There is a
Of
certain
course they did.
smell, like a sort of herbal smell, in the area.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that totally makes sense.
But yeah, no,
So
you're
they potentially have a bit of a skunky odor as well.
I wouldn't say so.
Herbal
I know what you're
skunky.
referring to.
Okay, thank you.
But no, your spot is still very much here. It's the same.
Yeah.
You sort of pull back a few of the roof panels, and there's a nice little cubby hole.
Beautiful. We won't get into how it got there to begin with, but yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right, but eventually, you
Yes.
stash your things. You put the roof tile back in place, which you've done countless times before. You begin making your way down, and outside at the reception area, Nora, the individual. Let me just pull it up for you guys. The individual that sort of guided everyone last night is speaking to another student who looks a little bit like this. It's this sort of tall figure, very very thin, with their hair slicked back, and they have a medal around their neck already. And you can very clearly see that this medal is not the direct, but very much is reference to the Silver Quill insignia. You can't quite hear the conversation from this distance over the excitement coming from down the hall, but those two are in discussion.
Wow, everyone, take it easy. Not everyone at once.
But I mean, it is you, Dragon, that's seeing this.
Oh, you're talking to me specifically?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like for us in
No,
general.
no.
No,
Dragon,
it's
not
Simon
all at
getting
once.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, at once. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna have him eavesdrop. Why not? He would do that.
Are you trying to be inconspicuous about this, or are you very?
You know, no. I'm gonna use moment to think. The cantrip just to get down in position, just kind of like lean against like a wall or door, his arms crossed on his chest, just stand there as if he was always standing there basically, and just hope that they're not gonna notice. But other than that, he's not hiding. Like he's just casually always been there.
What's your passive perception?
6. Passive investigation is 15. No.
I forgot again. I forgot that your passive is 6.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But wouldn't this be
I mean,
active since he's actively trying?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because didn't you have that distinction of?
There is a distinction, yes, of actively versus passively. And since he's
Okay.
actively trying to eavesdrop, I would argue that I would roll for that.
Let me roll something. You notice Nora hand the individual something like a small wooden box,
Oh. Okay.
and he seems thankful for it, and then goes into the hallway where the rest of the dorms are.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Oh, my fucking pencil are working, of course. You know what? I will have him. I'll just walk up to Nora and stand there with my arms crossed. Why not? Just-
Can I help you with anything?
Just waiting for what's it called? Orientation, right? Was it?
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna gather everyone together in a few minutes. Everyone's just kind of getting their bearings and spare supplies, things they might have forgotten on the boat, things like that. So I just want to make sure that everyone's ready. But we'll be heading over very soon. And then she'll kind of look down at a clipboard that she's got. You're Simon, right?
That would be me.
I like to know everybody. I like to try and be helpful. I like to try and be a friendly
I'm
face.
sure you do.
But yeah, no, should only be a few moments.
Remind me, what are we gonna do today, actually?
Well, you'll get the opportunity to explore the bibliotheques, see what everything's about, meet some of your fellow first years, and maybe meet a couple of the rest of us if we're about. Most people will be down in the town today. They're sort of enjoying their last week before school starts again. And then if you want, you might be able to meet some of the professors in the challenge if you're feeling up to it.
Is this your second year?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoy it to the fullest. Let's say that.
And I hope you enjoy your time at Strixhaven. I know the first year can be stressful, but if you can be lucky enough to make it through the first year, they say the rest of it's a breeze.
No, it fucking isn't. Have a good one.
I'm still kind of being taken a little aback by that comment. But then sort of very easily gets distracted as another student comes up and starts speaking to her. It's at this point that Fortis, Janice, Lavender, Morwin, you guys would have prepared everything you need for the day unless anyone wants to speak up and begin making your way out into the hallway. And with you guys kind of being opposite each other's rooms, you almost like meet each other in that hallway.
I feel like before leaving the room, Morwin would have kind of, as Lavender is getting ready, he would have turned to her. I hope you've had a restful rest.
I hope it gets better over time. And she just kind of has that like kind of woosah smile on her face.
Oh, poor her.
Mo will nod. Ah, brave one. I imagine it will.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. How was your night? Yep.
Filled with much contemplation.
Oh, was it because of the? Okay. Well, maybe this will be a good lesson in coexistence for all of us.
He slowly turns his head to look at you. How can I coexist with that which existence has already ended?
How do you define existence?
Life.
Not physical presence.
He blinks and cocks his head to the side. Explain.
She kind of looks around the room real quick and then looks down at the book on her hip and kind of picks that up and shows it to him. This book doesn't have life, but it exists, right? It's a real physical, tangible object.
He stares quietly for a moment before he looks at you. I suppose you are right. Huh.
They may not be alive in the way you think, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist.
That's what you think. That book's a mimic.
Mormons will think about it for a moment. So you claim existence is not the same as life.
That is what I claim. Can you see it? Can you touch it? Is it a physical object or person or thing?
I suppose the undead do exist, regrettably.
That doesn't make them undead or living, but that does mean that they exist.
Brave one, you have taught me much.
Are you a teacher at this school?
Well,
Yes,
simply
now.
nod to himself. He will look. He will nod to himself. He will look out the window at the rising sun. Coming here was the right thing to do, after all.
Saint Lily. Hey Seb, Saint Lily will remember that.
Yes, I fucking will. She sits right next to you, bitch. I hope you know that.
I can feel my goddess next to me. She's guiding my path.
That is so funny.
Come, brave one, let's find breakfast.
All right. And she gives him a soft smile and nod, and I guess they go on their way? Question mark?
Yeah, you two open the door, and Janice and Fortis, as you guys are kind of making your way out, you are suddenly met by Lavender and Morwyn. Morwyn with sort of a certain conviction in his step this morning.
And I feel like Janice, given the fact that Janice is all arrived wearing a sort of, Strixhaven uniform, would probably see the travesty of a uniform that Morwyn is wearing.
Yeah. It is like scraps of a uniform turned into Morwyn's iteration of armor.
I mean, he just took the uniform, he just removed the chest piece of it. Like the shirt.
No.
No, I didn't think him as a fucking seamstress.
It's not my job to
I
comment
imagine-
on it. I'll leave it to the prefects.
Fuck prefects. What the fuck do they know? Fucking
Oh
bastards.
dear.
Fucking kiss my ass.
Salutation. Pleasant morrow to you all.
Good morning.
Good morning. And I will turn and walk off.
I suppose I spoke too soon.
As you guys are making your way out, you are met by two individuals, Aurora and Santa. And Aurora, again, with that sort of veil over their face. Xantha, just very sort of bright and smiley. Aurora will hesitate at the appearance of Morwyn. But Xantha will go right up to you, Lavender. How'd you sleep?
I'm sure you heard.
And it'll sort of like go over and knock on the walls. Interior walls are soundproofed.
Good
Oh.
to know.
kind
can-
of leans in as close as she can and like leans up towards his ear. He was whipping himself for hours.
Molin, you'll kind of see Xantha look up at you. Wouldn't have pegged you as the type.
Morwen tilts his head to the side. The type for what?
I don't think it's
Not
that.
a morning conversation. And
You know what? Seeing those two, I feel like Simon would have came over to, at the very least, to the lady, also radiating a little bit towards Xanter with how much energy he seems to have, just like passively around. But he would have stood close to the lady for sure.
Aurora, she'll notice you sort of, and obviously from your interaction last night, she'll know that you are, someone that understands at the very least.
Yeah,
and
he's gonna take, like raise his hand a little bit with the bracelet, like kind of dink it against hers.
Yeah, there'll be a little sort of like forearm.
Yeah, exactly.
touch.
Yeah, a little dink.
And so Xantha will look over at you. I don't think I've had the pleasure. Xantha Bowen.
Simon. Simon's gnome. Pleasure is mine. And he's gonna take his hand, and as he takes his hand, he seems to get a little bit lifted with energy, so to say.
You will also notice very, very warm person.
Very warm, very cool.
Both in personality, but also physically very warm.
Great.
And Aurora will kind of pipe up a little bit. Does anyone know what we should expect?
Well, it's going to be a little bit of going around, walking around, looking around, mostly biblioplex, but meet your new student thingies, friends, maybe some teachers. It's really just a little bit of like look around. It's gonna be boring, I'll be honest with you.
Give me 1 second. There we go. Xantha will kind of, I mean, as long as there's no tests, I haven't studied yet.
I'd be surprised if there was.
I'm not the sharpest tool, if you know what I mean.
I'm sure there's something that you shine bright at.
And as you all sort of begin to make your way out, Morwen, you will see an individual that looks a little bit like this, who you'd recognize from the boat, kind of leaning up against one of the walls and beckoning you over.
Hold on. I guess Morwen will walk over.
You roll for that.
Do you sleep all right?
I do not sleep. My goddess sustains me.
Right. Well, did you ever think about what I said?
For a moment.
Look, I get it. It's rough. We don't all get to choose our roommates, but if you wanted it out, I could put in a good word with the deans, and you and me can get put together, and that way I don't need to deal with. I kind of look over, and there's this sort of little dwarf with pom poms in their hair.
Oh.
Well, she's a bit much. But hey,
Explain.
you know how some people are just They never know when to shut up. And they just go on and on. She's one of those types.
I believe I may
Bit of-
have met one or two. I say as I look him straight in the eyes.
He'll kind of raise an eyebrow. There's a difference between having something worth saying and rambling on about nothing. I mean,
I will
look
look
around.
forward to meet someone to make that distinction with.
He'll kind of step forward a little bit. Look around you. How many first years do you see?
I have not bothered counting.
Well, there's a lot. Not all of us are going to get through to second year. And when you do, you're going to need to make sure that you've got some friends. Good ones. So if I were you, I'd start being nicer to the people who you know you're going to see on the other side.
I will stick to those who have already proven themselves over those who simply talk big. Little man. And he will walk off.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Interesting. Alright. So yeah, from that, you will see. So Morwen will go over and speak with this redhead individual for a moment, and then he'll come back. If anyone wants to take it up with him, feel free to. Otherwise, we will usher you all right along to the Biblioplex. As the early morning sun is taking its place in the sky, and you all begin to walk down the marble path towards the main building of the university, you'll come to that pool of water, which Janice, for the first time, you can see in its glory the marble statue of Baltari.
I will give a polite bow while passing, but keep moving with the rest of the group.
As you all
Morwen gives
begin
another
moving.
courteous bow of the head.
I'll flip it off.
Janice, roll for me insight.
Oh, that could have been a 20, unfortunately. Well, it is a 20, but it's a dirty 20, not a natural.
Give me 1 second. I just need to make sure I'm getting this right. Okay. You would notice that there is another individual who seems to stop for a moment and acknowledge the statue other than Morwen. And it would be the Owlin that looks a little bit like this. They sort of stop at the pool of water, sort of bring their arms together slightly, bow their head, and upon looking a little closer, underneath their first year uniform, you will see a familiar sort of sigil on a collar that they wear around their neck. You believe this Owlin is another worshipper of Baltari. But with that, you'll continue moving along, and you will make it to the Biblioplex. A lot of the students will begin sort of rushing ahead of you a little bit, as Nora, the second year that's been guiding you along, sort of breaks you all off into smaller groups. And then she'll look at her clipboard as she's going through. Next is Lavender, Janice, Simon, Fortis, and Morwen.
Aye,
I'll step forward.
Yeah, Lavender takes a step forward.
Stand proud. No, stand proud, brave one.
I will step forward while blending in with the crowd.
aye.
He stepped forward stealthily.
I
He
will.
made himself
I'll-
known stealthily.
I will
He
stand
made
out by
himself known
blending in.
unknowingly.
All right, so we like to group up the first years because obviously there was a lot of you. Just to make sure that, you know, if anything were to happen, you guys have a little bit of backup. Just stay together until the end of orientation, and then you guys all, if you all take part in the challenge, then all of you get the reward. So a little bit of motivation. Feel
Challenge.
free to explore, have a look around. But if you want to participate in the challenge, just come and meet me over just inside the building, and I can give you the first clue.
What matter of challenge is this?
Oh, it's all just a little bit of scavenger hunting, riddles, meeting some of the deans of the colleges. It's a little game that the Oracle put together to let you guys get a feel for what it's like here in the Biblioplex, because this will effectively be your home away from home after all. But there's a few of us second years around scattered about, so feel free to ask any questions to any of us if you see them. After you've all spoken to the Oracle, you can meet me over at the sofas in the front room and I can get you all started. But just use the day to explore, learn, ask questions, figure it out. The only thing is, don't go upstairs or downstairs because some of the professors are still preparing their classes and they don't want to be disturbed. But otherwise, do what you like. Just don't die or you'll get expelled.
A sensible policy.
Simon coughs uncomfortably at that.
Yeah. But yeah, with that being said, it may take a moment for some of you. And I'm going to drag you over to the Biblioplex.
Oh my.
So,
That's crazy.
all of you are stood outside this tall, rounded marble building with beautiful purple tiles over the ceiling, with these sort of innate blue designs going through the walls and up the columns, as well as gemstones that sort of layer and border the trimmings of the marble. For those of you that have been paying attention over the last 24 hours or so, all of the gemstones would be the insignias for the 5 different colleges. Simon, you would know this firsthand. You see beautiful colored flora going all around the edges of the building, vines climbing up. This place has only been around for a couple hundred years at this point in history, but it feels like it has been here for millennia. It is rooted in the ground, and even in the blades of grass and the hedges, you can feel the magic in the air. You all have control over your tokens. Dragon, you've got control over Sebs as well, obviously.
Yep.
Feel free to explore, go wherever you want. On the first floor, doors are open. You can have a look around and snoop, but you will see a lot of your classmates, some of which will be standing out to you, standing around this large structure in the middle of the in the middle of the main atrium is the word I was looking for. But otherwise,
Clarification.
yep.
Who did we get the first challenge from? Was that Nora?
You get the first challenge from Nora after you've met the Oracle.
Yep.
Alrighty. Feel free to discuss amongst yourselves whilst I just very quickly prepare something.
There is indeed a lot of people.
I will say there is a lot more people than appear on the map. I've marked the people of interest. But Simon, you would like first year. There's about 100 students.
Yeah.
You'd be lucky if 20 or 30 of them made it to second year.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's about 100 people wandering around right now. Right. As some of you will begin making your way up, you will see this structure. In fact, I'd like everyone to roll me intelligence.
16 total.
7.
16,
17.
17,
11.
7, 11.
So that's 23, not 20.
Very nice. All right.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Simon, Fortis, and Janus, with the way this structure, which is worth mentioning, it's made out of solid gold and jewels. But you see these discs and these orbs rotating. You would all know that this is a map of the planes. Fortis, you can even identify the specific. You can see the material plane represented by this beautiful emerald disc. Beneath it, sort of almost encrusted within it, is the onyx of the Underdark. Floating sort of around it, orbiting it almost, is the dimension of the Hells, represented by this beautiful ruby. And the gold that maps and holds it all together is the astral. It is where the weave comes from. It is the world in between the worlds. It is where the gods reside. It is where legendary monsters like the Elder Brains manifested. Some say that even beholders have slipped through cracks in the astral. To the rest of you, it's a beautiful structure. And very expensive. And if it wasn't rooted in the ground, you could probably yoink it. Janus,
Can probably still young some of it.
I see you wandering off. What are we looking at?
Basically, would have been wandering around looking at the place in awe before finally locking on to nearest bookshelves and just wandering over it. Not to pull any books off, but just browsing the titles and running his fingers reverently over spines as he's looking at them.
Me as
So-
soon as I walk into any bookstore.
These bookshelves are probably about 15 feet high. With these little floating, effectively dancing lights has been cast throughout the biblioplex to light it, as well as a beautiful skylight sort of coming down around the sides of the main tower. A sort of large blue pillar in the middle, kind of this massive room. But these different books, some of them seem to be newer, some of them you know that they are magically protected, but it is a case of like outside of Strixhaven, if you touch these books, they'd fall apart into ash and dust, is how old they are. Some of them are in languages you've never even heard of. Some of them are bound. Some of them are inlaid with, pearls and quartz. There is something for everyone. There's even a fiction sort of section further down with stories throughout history. There's glyphs, there's stone tablets, there is everything. You are in heaven. As you're rummaging through, suddenly the center of the map in the middle of the atrium will begin to glow. A beautiful golden radiant light. Morwyn, if you didn't know any better, the god Saint Lilia herself is stepping through the holy light to greet you finally. But instead, you will see this older woman with grey hair that sort of is rounded out into a bun at the back. The sigil of Strixhaven is the centerpiece of this headband that she wears, a beautiful encrusted jewel, and 5 sashes down her chest, one for each of the colleges. Simon and Yanis, you would know this all too well to be the oracle of Strixhaven, the, for lack of a better word, the headmaster of the school. And she will look upon the 100 students that stand before her. Welcome to Strixhaven, you my fresh, budding minds. Every year I am so excited to meet all of you and to see what great mages we have waiting for us here. The next year of your life will be difficult. You will face challenges. You will stand strong against trials. And for the lucky few who pass on to the second year, we will teach you all the secrets Strixhaven has to offer. For others, we will only share this year together, but we will pass on all the knowledge we can to you, so that you may all go throughout the world and the plains beyond. And as she says that, her arms go out and the different gems and plates begin to glow. Will admire your minds and fear your ferocity. However, we need to go over some ground rules first. There will be no murder of other students. We will make that very clear. There will be no tampering with the magic labs on the upper floor. There will be no sabotaging in exams. That's about it.
Cool.
If you are mortally wounded in battle or study, our clerics are easily to summon. Simply come here to the Biblioplex, speak with one of the clerks, and they will get you healed. If you die during your studies, or a field trip, or in a duel, accidentally, you will be resurrected and expelled from Strixhaven.
He stares daggers at her.
Marwan will shake his head.
If you have any questions, your senior clerks will be here to help you wherever they can. If you wish to challenge other students to duels, you may do so. However, if you kill a student purposefully in one of these duels, you will also be expelled. You will have an opportunity today to meet the 5 deans of the 5 colleges. Each of them represent one of our founders. Each of them represents a different study of magic. At the end of the year, you will all take an exam in which you will be enrolled into one of these 5 colleges. So take this next year to learn about each of them and find which home is yours. For the rest of today, the Biblioplex is open to you. You may scour the books in the library. You may study in our gardens. You may get on stage and perform. You may eat at the cafeteria. You may make purchases from the store. Please don't go into the upper or lower levels. If you wish to speak with me directly, you may go to the Hall of Oracles behind me. And if you are lucky, I will have time. Nora is waiting for you in the atrium where you came in with the first hint in the orientation challenge. If you wish to participate, you may receive wonderful magic rewards. If you don't want to, that's fine. Any book on this level is free to take so long as you sign it with one of the clerks. Once you're done exploring the Biblioplex, you may go into town and celebrate. In 2 days, there will be a convention held within the Biblioplex to advertise the different clubs we have to offer. Next week, on this day, your classes will start. So by the weekend, we expect you to all have filled out your forms for what you would like to study. If you have any questions about the classes, the deans will have all the information for you. If you can find them, of course. Welcome to Strixhaven University. May you survive and prosper. May you learn and expand your knowledge. May you be the most powerful mages we have taught so far. And with that, the oracle will disappear. And a couple of the dancing lights will begin to glow yellow around where Nora is sat in the sofas. Some students will go over to her and begin getting the first riddle for the challenge. Others will simply start going off and exploring the Biblioplex. Whatever you guys would like to do, it's totally free for you to decide.
I feel like low key, I want to stick with those two.
Group huddle.
Honestly, no, I feel like he would stick to those two until a bit later, I think.
I now just need to get everyone in position, so give me a minute, and I will do everything. Yeah, because this will take a second.
Yeah, I feel like Morwen would be sticking with Lavender.
I'm not necessarily going as a group. I'm just going to find out what this challenge is.
I'm of the same mind. Yeah, I'm not necessarily following any of the others, but I am going towards Nora.
Yeah, that's basically what Lavender was doing.
I will be with you
None
guys.
of us are unique.
Just a moment. The joys
You
of
feel the camaraderie?
the joys of having 15 fucking NPCs.
Our hearts beat as one.
Dragging these guys are going to be moving up towards the stage. All right, so we'll start with the four of you as you see Nora sort of checking things off. She's sending students, and at this point, like some of the younger students in the first year are very excitedly running around. There's a couple of the older ones that are a bit more sort of slow and actually trying to work out the challenge. But as you four come forward, I'm guessing you'd like the first hint.
That would be appreciated.
Very good, very good. I would love it to see who is interested in the bounty that we have to offer. So, your first hint is as following: you'll forget all about any trouble or plight when you step forward and are ensnarled by light. Good luck!
I think it's a funeral pyre.
My goodness.
I will post the clue in general, just
Yep.
so that there's no lost in translation.
Also, I will just say that, yes, for a moment, Yanis forgets himself, and Morwen, do you say that out loud, that I think it's a funeral pyre?
Yes.
You
Yep.
literally just hear in your head, what?
God?
Wow, Lilia, you've got a very masculine voice.
Yeah, I kind of recently
Yeah, no,
gone
but-
through puberty, you know.
Yeah, no, I just by
Uh.
immediately after hearing that word is he lifts his head looking at the ceiling and he just goes like God, and then he kind of stops, thinks about it for a moment, looks around, and whether or not by whatever way you're communicating with him, whether or not you can actually hear his response, he's going to very aggressively think in his head, "Who is invading the sanctity of my mind?"
Nothing sanctified about it.
Oh my god.
As he's thinking that, as I said, aggressively, he starts looking around with shifty eyes.
Bit roomy in it.
All right. So you all have the clue. You are free to sort of open to explore. I will I will answer questions if you have them pertaining to any of the riddles. I can describe or detail anything in specific that you want. Fortis, what are you looking at currently? What are you wandering around with?
Genuinely, I am just sort of pacing.
It's just a kitchen.
Upon reaching the other end of the bookshelf, I'll sort of see Simon, Xantha, and Aurora up on the stage, so I'm heading up towards the seats for now.
We will go to you
Uh-oh.
guys in just a second. What?
I just see a minotaur. Ah!
My God,
You
guys.
lock me
it's
in the
a door. No, so if you're opening this door to the left, you will see what is effectively a shop, with a minotaur, inside. He's sort of a large, bulking individual with the white curved horns, two spectacles set, two small spectacles set on a very large snout. Yeah. He's about your height, Morwen.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah, big boy.
Oh no, I lost track of where Lavender went.
Away from you. Is he gonna be clustered to her backside like the entire walk?
Until he finds someone else that is willing to interact with him.
Damn, Lavender.
I gave you someone else. You didn't like him.
And record scratch until he finds someone else worthy enough of his attention. Apparently,
Exactly.
a fucking choosy ass.
All right. So,
My question is, what would Janus be up to?
Yanis is literally standing in the hall thinking. After, that momentary brain dislocation of maybe it's a burial pyre.
He's still standing there. Oh my god.
I mean, it
Yeah.
makes sense when you think about it.
That fucking doesn't.
You have nothing to worry
Yeah.
about when you're dead.
Laughs in Simon.
And after
Dude, I
a
fucking
while-
looked at him. I fucking looked at him.
I know you did.
Just
I
turned
know
and
you
gave it
did.
a stink eye.
I looked at you looking at him. So what are we thinking, gang?
Can I cast detect magic on the map thingy?
The whole room
Yeah, sure.
explodes with
Yeah,
auras.
everything. What are you casting it as a ritual or are you casting it as a spell?
Doing it as a ritual does not take a spell slot, right?
It doesn't take a spell slot, but it takes 10 minutes.
That's fine. I'll do it as
Okay.
a ritual.
How do you set up this ritual?
What does somatic mean again?
Gestures.
Speaking.
No.
Is it no?
Uh,
No, verbal is speaking.
That's
no,
verbal.
Somatic is like gestures.
Yeah.
Yeah, somatic is gestures with the hands. It can be anything from like Doctor Strange style force palms, it can be dances, it can be literally anything that is a
hands.
physical movement.
Can it literally just be her, like, putting both of her hands on it and closing her eyes and almost as if she's trying to absorb the information that it's putting out?
If that's how you see it.
Okay, then yeah, that's
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Morwen, you see Lavender kind
Yep.
of place the palms of her hands down on the base of the map. And she will look up at it and her eyes will begin to radiate a beautiful pearl white. You can see that she is casting a ritual. You don't know what ritual, but you can see the sort of sigils at the base of where she's standing.
Alright then. Seeing that, Morwen will start to look around and essentially enter guard mode, making sure no one interrupts this ritual.
Alrighty. Whilst you do that, we're going to quickly go over to Simon. Xantha and Aurora are kind of on stage, just kind of looking in awe. There's these beautiful red curtains that come down and around. There's, the benches and the stands in front all cast from marble, but you would know like there's plenty of silk and pillows to make them comfortable to sit on. And Aurora is just in complete awe of the stage.
If I remember correctly, there used to be plays on this stage, weren't they?
Anything from plays to orchestral performances. Seminars can also be held here. Big announcements. Honestly, anything you could use a stage for. Really, it's valid.
You guys wouldn't be
Uh,
necessarily interested in fine arts. I don't know, theater, music. Any of you? As you know, making small conversation with the two.
I'm a bit of a musician. I can play the violin.
Are you? And he turns towards her.
And then Xantha will pipe up. I'm not much of a musician myself, but I'm athletic. I'm looking for
can see
something
that.
to do field wise. Oh, hey! As 40s, you just pop up.
Fort's just sneaking around, but he's dummy thick, and the clap of his ass cheeks keep alerting everyone to his presence.
What the fuck, Sebastian?
That's the least step
I
thing I've ever
apologize.
heard
I
you
don't know
say.
where that one came from.
That is the
Oh my
least step
God.
thing I have ever heard you say.
He's
Give me
spending
back
too
my
much
damn
time
brain
with me.
cells.
Dragon, what have you done to him?
I've been feeding him something, I swear to God. I probably shouldn't.
Very spicy
Oh.
food.
Oh my God. I fried his brain. I fried his brain.
You did.
I was not prepared for that.
I wasn't ready either.
Neither was
I expect that from a lot of people, not our Seb.
Not Seb. Seb's too innocent.
Oh dear.
Apparently not.
Apparently
Apparently
not.
not.
Wow.
Oh god.
Right?
Right. Yeah, no, Xantha will kind of jump up in surprise as he notices you, Fortis. You're a sneaky one.
Or you were just focused on your conversation.
Sam is kind of gonna like look over his shoulder, see his Fortis, like, it's you again.
Oh.
I was about to say, let's make a like diamond. Let's make a conversation diamond.
Oh dear. Yeah, we'll figure this out. There you go.
Hunter
That'll do.
huddle.
That'll do.
That'll do. Yeah.
All right. We will very quickly jump over to Yanis in the Hall of Oracles. Yanis, you enter this massive chamber with different blue glowing orbs sort of surrounding it. This arcane circle in the center at the top. This sort of pillar of blue light that goes up through the tower of Strixhaven. Almost like an anchor.
I'll be looking it over before I notice the other two people.
Yep, you can see the individual in green hair is sort of looking through one of these orbs and kind of examining it, touches it and looks around, and nothing happens. You can see like they've written down the riddle, and just like trying to see if the orb does anything. The elf individual, who looks like this. He will sort of just be sort of sat back a little bit, cross-legged, arms crossed as well, looking up at this entire room. And it's almost like he's sort of following a line, as some people do, and just letting himself be soaked in the majesty of everything around him.
Both fair things to do. At the moment. You both trying to solve this, or just you looking to the person in glasses? And actually taking note of the glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, this is also an individual with glasses. Yeah, and she will speak up. Trying my best to, but I mean, this is the lightest room in the building. Logic says it's here, but maybe if she takes off her spectacles and tries to reflect light from one orb to another, and it doesn't seem to do anything. Meanwhile, the elf is kind of, it's amazing, isn't it? I mean, how they could build something like this, it's... God. I want to build something like this one day.
That would be an impressive feat.
Roll me an investigation check, Yanis.
Is there 19?
So, you would look a little closer at the pillar of light in the center of the room, and you'd see there's almost like a cone of blue light being very subtly projected around to the edges of the arcane circle, like the inner circle of it. And yeah, basically all the light in this room is coming from that pillar. I
I
will.
don't suppose there's a spot where you could just literally step into the beam of light, is there?
I mean, it's all flat surface.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk into the dead center.
You step in, and we'll get back to you in a second. Let's go to Lavender and because I think at this point your ritual would have completed. You are feeling a lot of conjuring magic here and a little bit of divination as well. You can kind of decipher that this map is representing the different dimensions, and each of them has a little bit of tracing of the magic from which they are trying to represent. So there's a little bit of hell magic for that ruby. There's a little bit of sort of conjuration, like water conjuration for the water plane sphere that is sort of going around. Same, but for wind, for the wind, the wind plane. So it's a very intricate design, very complicated design.
Just because I don't know much, like don't know a whole lot about D&D lore. I'm still learning all of that. Lavender would know all the different planes, right?
Roll me
Or
history.
no? Okay. Where is history? There we go. 21.
Nice.
There'd be a few you don't recognize. But you would know about you'd know about the material plane, you'd know about the Underdark, you'd know about the Hells, and you'd know about the elemental planes. There are a couple though, that are similar to the material plane, but there's slight discoloration in the emeralds that you wouldn't know what they represent. And there's this sort of crystal orb, right, with sort of rainbow, but honestly very similar to my D20. This sort of spherical prism that you would know represents the Feywild. But
Feywild.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But there are certainly a couple that you read the inscriptions and the golden plates that go around the map. You've never heard of them.
There is a celestial plane, right?
So that would be one of the ones that you can't identify.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
As Morwyn, because you're on guard, right? You're sort of being a little bit protective as you
Yep,
are sort of
making sure the ritual
scanning the
goes
area.
without a hitch.
Yep. You will look through and you can see the silhouette of Yanis. There aren't many Dragonborn here. It's very easy to identify. Stepping into the blue light, and everyone will see basically the moment Janus steps into the center of the beam, the entire biblioplex lights up. And all the dancing light orbs that go around start to emanate this beautiful light blue. If anyone wants to go over to Yanis before it's too late, now is the opportunity.
Yeah, Lavender makes her way over and looks back to Morwen like, "You coming?"
Mormon will hesitate for a little moment before he follows.
I would turn my head around to see what's the commotion.
This is
Get
Simon.
somewhat close.
Okay, Simon, you would have seen this before.
Yeah.
You have seen other
imagine.
students do this before. It's still a little jarring every time it happens because it's very bright.
It's very bright.
But
Like, fuck
you
this
would
bright.
know that it's nothing to be worried about.
Yeah.
and
Unless you're made out
Yanis,
of fucking something.
yeah, Yanis, as you step out, everyone will notice that you've got this almost like blue glittery look to you. This sort of ethereal blue shine about you, almost as though you've been blessed. And then one of the statues in this room will start moving. Not bad, Dragonborn. As this robotic creature will step forward to you.
Clues were all there, they just needed deciphering.
An interesting mind. Wanting to solve puzzles. You would do well in Quandrix. Though, gathering from your robes, maybe you're set for a different path. In any event, you have completed this part of the challenge, and your reward is thus. So kind of look at Lavender and Morwyn, and the other two in the room as well. Are all five of you together?
Uh,
We are still getting acquainted, but we are at least sharing a dorm level.
In which
Most
case,
of us, at least.
my name is Professor Maker. I am the Dean of Quandrix College and the inventor of this. And he will pull out a box and open it. And inside are bags of holding. For completing this part of the challenge, you may all take one as a reward.
And I'll reach forward and take one.
Like, I swear, like, Professor Maker with his, like, oh, you would do well in Quandrix. Like, he's like with those, like, army officials, like, oh, you would do good in army. Would you like to sign up?
Please join the navy.
Yeah.
If you can fix a car, you can fix an A310. Oh, all right. Yanis takes one. Lorene will step up and take one. Kadoris will step up and take one. And then he will look over to you, Morwyn, and Lavender.
Lavender bows her head to both the professor and Yanis and takes one.
All right. Morwyn, how you dealing with this?
Morwyn is looking at Professor Maker. He looks contemplative.
Because this will go with your philosophy class from earlier.
Indeed.
Is he alive?
He's going to... That's the question. Morn is standing there, he's looking at him, and he's going to pose a question. Am I speaking to the construct, or someone speaking through the construct?
You don't ask questions like that.
Just because I was built, does it mean I'm unworthy of a soul?
Morwen is diplomatically going to choose not to answer.
Some of us were made by gnomes in caves. Others were designed by gods. Your flesh is meat, my flesh is metal. He will gesture out with the box to you.
Morwen is going to look down at Lavender and basically see if she is going to take one.
And she's
Already
already
did.
taken one.
Oh, she already did. I missed that part. I only heard that she bowed her head to. Well, in that case, Morwen will take a bag of holding. As
And
he does,
then-
he will look at Professor Maker and with a decent amount of resignation, I thank you.
Wow.
And I you for the conversation. Perhaps Quandrix College is the place to come to solve your problems. And then...
Quandrix is the answer to everything. The answer to
well,
life.
believe it or not, all of these deeds are going to be selling the colleges they run.
Hell yeah.
That's kind of their job. But then, literally on a corkscrew, his head will rotate to lock eyes directly with you, Fortis. Very much like an owl, like his full head will rotate.
I will nod my head to him.
I will be right back.
Would you like one?
I will, when it wants to stop pinging, I will walk up to him. Thank you. And take one and step back.
I have a question for you, Fortis.
Ask it.
What is a mystery you seek to solve?
Sort of think for a minute.
Take your time. You have all the time in the world.
Oh no, they've cast a time stop spell in this room.
Purpose.
Quandrix, man. Tell ya. They're built
Purpose.
different.
Interesting. I hope you find it here. Now, I imagine at least some of you will want the second riddle.
Janos will incline his head, if it's not too much trouble.
Nothing is too much trouble. Very well. Alumni Commission works when they retire, seeking promising images to inspire. Good luck to all of you. I'll be watching all your progress. And Professor Maker will sort of back away. And then his shell, or the closest thing you can sort of come to explain it to be a shell, will simply return to where the statue was originally standing. His eyes will go dim. And what remains is his body.
Iron Man.
I will post the second clue
Morgan will just
in
tilt his head
the
and
Discord.
mutter into his own helmet. Curse these confounding riddles.
All right, Simon, I'm gonna go back to you for a moment.
Right.
As you are wandering around with these two, correct?
Yes, I am. Very much so.
So you would get to about here.
Okay.
Roll me history with advantage.
Okay, 19 out of 17, so it's gonna be 24.
You would know that this room has what you're looking for.
Is 24. Well, in that
This
case.
is the gallery of Strixhaven's alumni.
He's gonna hang back a little bit until make conversation. He's gonna hang back, and
Yep.
eventually he's gonna go in and with a like almost like a heavy, just like walk in there.
Alrighty.
He's looking. He's looking for two familiar faces, I'd say.
So, the way you come into this room, and they are beautiful oil paintings of different students with golden frames all around and nameplates underneath each one. And every now and again, the painting will fade into another one, and the nameplate and the letters on the nameplate will change and morph into the new name. There's a couple students in here, one that you recognize from earlier, one that is simply looking at the paintings, and one that is sat on one of the benches, simply sat back, content, doesn't seem to be paying attention to anything in particular. But it'll be this one that you want to pay attention to. Because after about 5 minutes, the name changes to Genevieve Snow. And a portrait of her will appear. For everyone at home and for everyone at the table, would you please describe in your mind what this portrait of Genevieve looks like?
She looks it's almost a carbon copy of Simon. It's a I'd imagine back when the picture was made, portrait, whatever, around, they would be of similar age, so they would be looking very similar to each other. She would have, however, a bit of a darker pigmentation, more so of like of someone who spends a lot of time in the sun. Like her eyes would have those like creases from smiling a lot, like both for like the corner of her mouth and like the eyes. Very like how's like it's a head like full of locks, like red, golden, like orange-ish. She looks very proud of herself in the student uniform. If I remember correctly, which one was that took cover of like magical like agriculture and whatnot?
Witherbloom,
More
I
so.
think you're thinking of.
Yeah, Witherbloom. Yeah, it would be Witherbloom robes as well. That's how she looked.
Her record would indicate that she excelled in her studies in Witherbloom, and was able to graduate.
Looking at Is it like behind like a like glass case or something, or is it just like a portrait in general?
It's just a magical portrait.
It's a magical portrait. Um, um you know what? I'm gonna have Simon flip her off, and I'm gonna finger gun that fucking painting.
Finger gun.
Stealthily. Yeah, I'm gonna finger gun. I have a cantrip that is literally called finger gun. And
Where
it's
the fuck did
literally
you get
a
that?
fucking gun. What do you like to know? So you extend your forefinger and thumb, a dangerous gesture mimicking a gun. For the duration, your hand counts as a simple ranged weapon with a range of 60 to 140, and this low mastery property. You can use your spellcasting ability instead of dexterity, yada yada. But it's literally his fingers are like a gun now.
What fucking expanded content is this shit? What the fuck?
That's fucking great.
Yeah, so basically, he flips her off, and like this
Oh my
tiny mote
God.
of a star just jumps from his fucking finger to the portrait, and it just starts like sizzling right in the middle of her face.
All right, we will come back to that in a second, I guess.
That's 2d6 force damage even.
That's 2d6. That's a lot.
It's a great cantrip. I love it.
I might need to go through some of this expanded content because there's some shit in here I've never seen before. Right. So
you're gonna want to pay attention to my spell list in general, because there's gonna be a lot of things themed like that. So yeah.
God.
So
I
yeah.
might need to look through some of this stuff.
Yeah, and afterwards he just walks off, content.
Well, we'll come to you in a moment.
Oh yeah, sure.
Because I'm assuming the rest of the party you've slowly made your way over to the alumni, from the looks of it. It is as the three of you are walking through the door, you see Simon cast this spell. And this sort of magical projectile will fly from Simon into the portrait. And the portrait, it doesn't quite singe Simon, but it will ripple a little bit.
Yeah.
Almost like a liquid.
It's more so that he did it out of like he wasn't thinking about what he did. It was more of a like on a reaction, like he saw it and just fucking did it. Like it was instinctive. Like
this ripple
Almost so.
will kind of emanate through into the next image as her face fades away. And Simon, as you turn around, there are your cohorts, I imagine, just looking at you.
Yanis would have a look of shock, but yes.
Yeah, same as yeah.
Mo
I
would
assume
mostly
it's
just look
audible.
confused.
You assume what?
The spell, it's audible. Able to be heard.
Vocals, verbal, and somatic. It would be literally just
I
Simon
mean the
saying
actual
"fuck you."
impact more than anything.
The actual
no, yeah.
impact.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say so.
I was gonna say because upon hearing that, I'd probably poke my head in to see what the fuck happened.
You know, Simon takes a couple of breaths, puts his hand through his hair, turns around, flashes them a smile, a little bow, and walks off. Without a word.
Righty. As the rest of you all sort of walk in, seeing Simon having committed this act, and sort of being overwhelmed by the amount of color about the place, I'd like you all to roll me investigation.
Not passive, normal, right?
Roll.
Yeah. Okay.
22.
Oh,
23.
that is a natural 20 for a total of 19.
Gotta love those neg ones.
I'm gonna honor the nat 20. I think I have to here. Morwin, as you're looking through
Yeah.
all these portraits, this one in particular, it's cycling through.
Right.
It's going through a few different students, but you notice that the nameplate, the golden plate underneath the portrait, is slightly sticking out.
He's going to turn his head to Lavender. Brave one, does this look odd to you?
Click. Sorry. She kind of tilts her head and looks at it and wait, what'd you say about it again? I'm sorry.
The golden
nameplate.
plate is slightly stuck out, like maybe half an inch.
It protrudes more than the others.
You wanna push it?
Very well, he's going to push it.
There's a very audible click sound. And then from the top of the portrait frame, a little crystal ball will appear, and an illusion will be projected behind you all of a tall woman with silver grey hair and what looks to be ink spots coming from her eyes. She seems to be writing and then pinning stuff to a wall that you can't see. Neither can you see what it is she is writing on. Oh, I see. Congratulations on completing this leg of the challenge. I am Professor Lee, Dean of Silverquill.
Lavender
Greetings.
kind of does a little curtsy.
Your ability to interpret letters and words has led you to me, and therefore you will. And therefore, I am obliged to reward you for your inquisitive nature. And we hope that.
Honestly, Morwin wasn't even looking like he wasn't paying attention. He just noticed, hey, that thing's sticking out more than the others. He did not remember a single word of the riddle.
We hope that your ability to interpret words will continue if you join us in Silverquill next year. Yada yada yada. And you will see her tap a wand, and the bench in front of her will open up. And inside is a small box with a reward.
Lavender.
What's the
kinda
reward?
Gestures to Morwin, like, go on.
Yeah, Morwin will take out the reward. Well,
You
what
open the
is
box.
the reward? Yeah.
You want to know what's in the box? It's a bomb. No.
Box.
Inside are beautiful, bejeweled pens.
He's going to
You
blink
may
a couple
each.
times.
Anyone who would like to take one can add an emerald pen to your inventory.
Lavender very slowly takes one. You said an emerald pen?
Yeah, I believe it should be a magic item.
Yeah.
If anyone's having trouble, I should be able to add them for you. But yeah, anyone who
that's
takes
cool.
one will get an emerald pen.
Also, can I just
Yeah,
ask a
there's-
quick mechanics question just to make sure I'm doing stuff right?
Yeah,
I can just use my bag of holding as my normal bag, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But you were saying.
The emeralds are not quite as sort of natural and beautiful as your own scales, in your opinion. But it'll do. Fortis.
Mhm.
What are you up to right now?
Upon seeing whatever the fuck just happened behind me, I will grab an emerald pen. But I will also greet some of the people in this room, like Mina here, and I suppose I'll greet Grayson later. Went to
Alright,
Lana
there you
here.
are. She's sort of sat, not really paying attention to anything, but she will acknowledge you physically as you sit down. Roll me insight.
Dice don't fail me now. Oh yeah, 17 plus insight plus 5, so 22.
You would notice as soon as the illusion appears, her eyes roll, and she lets out a slight huff, and just kind of crosses her arms, a little fed up, bemused, and under her breath, you could at least pretend to care.
I will say somewhat under my breath, but loud enough for her to hear. Not overly inspiring.
She never has been, but she uses her position to continue her research. It can be difficult to be a part of Silver Quill and have that be your dean, but there could be worse things.
Sort of give her a bit of a puzzled look.
You will hear behind you as she addresses as the illusion addresses everyone else. I guess you're gonna want the next riddle. It's in my notes somewhere. Just give me a moment, and you'll see. Like she starts going through some stuff on an invisible wall that you can't see. All right, here we go. Each group deserves a free treat for their investment. Serve up this list and enjoy your refreshment. Now, Buckethead, do me a favor and hit the button again.
Buckethead? Mormon security genuinely stands stunned for a second. I do not wear a bucket, I have a helmet.
What's the difference?
I'm gonna whisper to Mina. That's the best thing she said so far.
Mormon is fully prepared to defend the honor of his helmet.
As he should.
Mina will respond to you. She might be drab, but she is Silver Quill, and we have a way with words.
Sort of reach out a hand to shake hers. What is?
She'll shake it. Mina,
I will stand up and walk off.
all right, and I will post this in general.
Upon hearing the riddle, Yanis is just leaving.
Morwen is standing there arguing with the illusion about how his helmet is a helmet, not a bucket. If a bucket has holes, it is a poor bucket.
Well, it needs a hole.
Hush you.
Shut the fuck up.
So my question is, how long does the illusion of the dean humor him before they either just
Oh, she's
Just,
already
like the
now ignoring you.
you know what? After a while, like realizing that she's ignoring him, he's going to kind of gruffly just go like humph, turn around. As he starts walking out, he's just going to punch the button again.
And as soon as you do, the little crystal will disappear into the wall and the illusion will disappear. And anyone who was paying attention to Mina, as soon as it disappears, she relaxes a bit. Meanwhile, Simon, you were the first in this cafe, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
yep,
yes.
Seb, sorry. Seb, go
Oh,
ahead.
it's a cafe. I thought it was just like a kitchen. Oh shit! Maybe I shouldn't be back there. Whoops.
Yeah, and I was just going to say that like by the time Morwen like leaves, he looks around, realizes that he has no idea where any of the others are.
Yeah. All right. Simon, as you were the first one in here, it's quite busy in here. It's at this point, it's kind of like the brunch sort of time, and this blonde-haired human is kind of frantically trying to serve as many as she can. And you could just hear her say, "I hate orientation day. I hate orientation day. There's always so many of them."
Aww.
Yeah, I think Simon would have. Honestly, I think he would offer her a hand. Why not? Need any assistance? You seem stressed.
Stress is fine. A load of first years that don't know what they're doing and spending 5 minutes to just put down an order is a nightmare. If you can you handle the stove, or do you want to serve drinks?
I think I'll take the drinks. And
It's all yours.
you know, he's gonna like, you know, walk past her, like put like a comforting hand on her shoulder, as you know, just kind of like reassuringly like, hey, you got this. And you know, he's gonna bartend, why not?
Alright.
He's done that before. It's not the
Lavender
first
and
time he
Yanis.
stands behind.
You guys
What'd you
are
say?
coming in a little bit after Simon has started helping to serve drinks. Simon, roll me sleight of hand.
Let's see, sleight of hand. There's going to be 14 total.
All right. You're not spilling. Like you're not being flashy, you're not doing flips and tricks, but you're not spilling anything. And
That's
you
the most important.
and this human are now able to start getting people out of the bloody cafe. And yeah, it's at this point that Lavender and Yanis, you two will walk in.
Seeing a familiar face, Simon's gonna just like, you know, lean over the bar, look at them, and like, so, any drinks? We can serve you anything short of poison alcohol and the inevitable failure and salty tears of your misfortune in this academy. So, what's it gonna be?
I'll take a drink, please. Or a refreshment.
Do you prefer water, tears, alcohol? I don't think I have any alcohol back here. What do you want?
Wait, hold on. Did you say tears or tea?
Yes. No, I said tears.
Yes.
I said tears.
Lavender looks a little taken aback by that. Water's fine.
He's gonna cater to you, he's gonna over his shoulder ice, no ice, lemon slice, lime.
Just lemon, I guess, please.
All right, and he's gonna grab a knife and aggressively start fucking chopping a fucking lemon. He's still riled up, I'd say. So he's taking his anger out on whatever he can find that is in his vicinity that is not a human being or otherwise alive, I'd say. So yeah. And he, eventually he presents it to you. It's very aggressively chopped lemon in your glass of water. It looks like it went through a blender. I thought you wanted lemonade.
Thanks.
Would probably fit you.
Effort.
Yes.
While, the crowds have dissipated slightly, there's still plenty of first years either meandering around once they have their orders or, just not sure what they want to order and just
Yeah.
standing in the cramped space.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like, I could do this, but that sounds really good. But
No, I'm not doing
People-
that. That's
You get-
disgusting.
you
No.
get the general vibe of well, the food is free today, so I can just kind of have whatever I want. So should I experiment because I'm not wasting my money on it?
So Yanis is going to temporarily telepathically link with everybody he can see
All right.
and just, all right, folks, here's the deal. If you know what you want to order, step up to the bar. If you've already ordered, there's plenty of seating outside. But this is a small cafe and there's lots of people, so try and keep it orderly.
Everyone kind of is taken a bit aback by having their mind invaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a few of them will file out, and people are a lot more brisk with their orders at this point. Simon, you're able to get quite a few out. The blonde lady is serving dishes here and there as well. And eventually, after a few moments, the crowd will start to die down. Very quickly, Morwin, what are you up to?
He is probably pissing.
Gotcha. We'll come back to him. Fortis, what are you doing?
I have found people that are familiar to me.
I know who you are. I don't hate you. I'm staying here.
You don't agitate me in a
Mm.
general sense.
Xantha will kind of oh! Almost saw you coming that time.
You're getting better.
Try to. I mean, I guess that's why we're all here. How you finding the place?
Big.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of wood. I'm trying to be careful. And then Aurora will kind of be looking around a little bit, and there's that slight shine in their eye. That Morwin fellow, you don't think he's gonna be a problem, do you?
I doubt it. But if he is, let me know.
Will do. I was kind of hoping I'd get a fresh start here, and it seems I've already made enemies again.
Morwin is mostly harmless, I think. Just stuck on belief.
As harmless as any
Well,
Senate.
well, I just hope he doesn't challenge me to a duel.
If he does, beat him up.
Oh, it's not me I'm worried about.
Oh no, I'm telling you, beat him up.
It's good to have someone's blessing.
What more?
Morwen, what are you
Yep.
up to currently?
Realizing that he has no idea where any of the others are, he's gone to the don't
The
like
map?
the map of the plains, because it's it's a fairly central place. From there he can see most of the Biblia place. So he's basically standing
So-
there like his head on a swivel, trying to see if he can find Lavender anywhere or Janus.
So you'll notice a couple different things. You'll notice a lot of people around the cafe, coming in and out. You'll notice a dwarf and a loxodon currently in an arm wrestle. And then on the other side of the biblioplex is Quintilius speaking with someone else who you have not met yet.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The dwarf and the Loxodon has piqued my interest.
That's why I put him there.
as you do.
As you wander over, these two are in an arm wrestling contest, and you can see that they are using quills to keep score. The Loxodon is currently a point down. The dwarf has got 2 wins. The Loxodon only has 1. And they're currently caught in a stalemate.
Okay. What was going
You
to
would notice the other thing is that the dwarf is the individual that Quintilius was talking about earlier. So this is Quintilius's roommate.
Okay. Morwen's going to stand a few paces back, just watching, like basically observing, trying to get a read off of them just based on their conduct in this competition.
Both seem to be playing fair. The Loxodon
Okay.
is sort of struggling with the fact that her hand is, 2 or 3 times smaller than his. So, like, he's trying to get a good grip without breaking her wrist accidentally.
Understandable.
But the dwarf has not broken a sweat.
Of course
Um,
not. Dwarves are natural grapplers.
Yep.
Low center of gravity. Very efficient.
It will go on for a couple of moments, but the Loxodon will get a little bit of give, and as the dwarf sort of buckles a little bit, they will slam their hand down, and the Loxodon will gain a point. Not bad, Greta. Not bad. Puts us even, I'd say. And then Greta, the dwarf, will kind of look over. Do you enjoy the show, then?
It was a marvelous showing.
It's just a warm-up. You want to go?
I would be delighted to.
Which one of us do you want to take on? You can represent the other person.
I would like to represent myself, thank you very much. And he's going to turn, he's going to look at, you say Greta was the dwarf?
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to look at Greta. I would like to challenge you.
Morwen has found a love interest.
That remains to be seen.
The Loxodon will very comfortably sort of get up and offer his seat to you. And upon looking at him a
We'll
little
give him a
closer,
nod.
you'll see his face and ears are decorated with all kinds of golden jewelry and piercings. Like he's a very bejeweled fellow.
Fancy.
Like even on
But yeah,
his
no, Laura's
tusks.
going to give him a nod.
Good luck. You'll need it.
I rely on
And
skill,
then
not luck.
Greta will put their hand down.
Well, we will do the same.
Right. Contested strength.
Contested strength.
All right.
That is a 9.
She got a 7.
Wow.
It starts. There's a little bit of tension initially as you both start pushing. You're starting to slightly get ahead of her, but she holds you about here. What would you like?
Okay.
Would you like to continue going? Would you like, how would you like to do this? If you want to try and cheat, that's valid.
Oh no, no.
Anything
How
at your
dare
disposal.
you accuse me of this, good sir?
Another
Fair
contested
and
strength then.
square. Indeed. That is a 16.
I can't actually read that. That's a nat 20. So
Oh,
you're getting there, you're doing quite well, and it seems like the Loxton kind of thinks you're gonna win, but then she will all of a sudden jerk you, your elbow will buckle, and you're back at stalemate.
oh, okay,
But
okay.
she's struggling. She's struggling against you, but she definitely got that second wind. All right, this will be the deciding roll.
All right.
Go for it whenever you're ready.
That is not good. That is a 10.
All right, so the two of you are at odds with each other. Goes a little bit your way, goes a little bit her way, and you start pushing, but you start to feel a little bit of pain in your elbow from having it almost forced down into the wooden table. And slowly you begin to lose yourself. And with a final big old ounce of strength, Greta will force your hand down into the table. And unfortunately, Morwin will lose this contest.
Well, shit.
You've got a good arm.
And not so bad yourself. Could probably use you on the silk ball team.
The what team?
The silk ball. You know. Silk ball. The sport that Strixhaven's famous for. They've won the last 4 years in a row. Yeah, Silk Ball. Everyone knows Silk Ball, right? Right, Rampart, you know Silk Ball. Okay. It's very interesting. The only rule is don't kill your opponent. There seems to be a pattern in this place.
Tell me more. Then he's going to lean in.
All right, and Greta very excitedly will start explaining to you about Silk Ball, about her favorite Silk Ball star. She's got a couple trading cards of different athletes. And we'll leave you there for the moment. Back at the cafe. Simon, you've been serving drinks. Yanis and Lavender, you've been kind of helping to funnel students in and out. And one more customer will show up. This place is normally a lot busier. I'm impressed. Picking up your pace, Blaze. And Blaze will kind of look over. So thanks to him.
Sheepy smile.
Well, I'll just have a grilled cheese sandwich.
Looks over to her.
And Blaze will start cooking up, and after a few moments, we'll hand you the plate to give to her.
And he will do so. Anything I can interest you with? To drink? To well, choke down the sandwich? I mean, not choke down on the sandwich.
I think you'd be a little bit more interested in what I can offer you, Simon. Stepping in to help like that's impressive. It takes heart, and to handle the pressure, it's commendable.
Handle the pressure.
The
Yeah,
kind of,
suppose.
well, a good Samaritan deserves a reward, don't you think, Blaze? And Blaze will nod, kind of wiping some sweat from their forehead. And the fire elemental will snap their fingers, and on the counter in front of you will appear a box with the Prismari symbol on it.
I haven't seen that one in a while. He's gonna open.
And inside are sending stones.
Mm. Is it a singular sending stone or a pair of sending stones?
They are all individuals, but like there's a
All
lot of them. There's a
individuals.
few of them in here, but yeah, they're all individual
Yeah.
sending stones.
Okay.
It can be hard to keep track of everyone on campus. Oh no, take it. It's yours. Your reward for this part of the challenge. Blaze has always had trouble.
Challenge.
Blaze has always had trouble dealing with customers, so we thought anyone who steps in to help her, they get a reward. And you two, helping deal with the customers, go for it as well.
I will gladly take my sending stone.
If you think of the face and say the name of a student or teacher on campus, the sending stone will reach them. You'll have about 25 words or so.
The other person doesn't need to have a sending stone. Remind me, because I don't remember.
They'll receive the message in their mind. If they want to respond, they'll need a stone.
Okay. Because usually, like, they come in pairs, like the two can communicate. But is it like widely, like kind of like cell phone, like, hey, I'm gonna call you, kind of deal?
Yeah. So it's like you
okay,
send a
gotcha.
25-word message. They will hear it in their mind. If they're asleep, they'll hear it when they wake up.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, if they want to respond to you, they need a stone of their own. It's basically like it's a way to cast message over very long distance.
Cool. Well, he's gonna pocket one. He will, nod to the girl and say, "I think something is burning at that stove."
And she will go over and sort of continue cooking away. Well, perhaps I'll be lucky enough to teach you a thing or two about heat and fire in Prismari.
Yeah,
Professor Ezra.
He'll smile, he'll reach out a hand, he'll say, "No, thank you," and just nod at her and continue just going at the drinks. I'd say he's gonna be de-stressing here for a while.
Well, some young'uns always have their future locked in. I hope everything goes how it needs to for you, Simon. And you other two, I imagine you'll want the next clue?
Indeed.
Right. These leafy beds aren't always what they seem. Give them a pat and see what you glean. And Ezra will give you both a little wink, salute, and disappear in a puff of smoke. I will copy the next clue over.
That was a
I'm just going to look to Lavender and go, There were a couple of trees we went past as we left the alumni building, weren't there?
My brain didn't actually hear the riddle, so I had to give it one. The leaf. Oh yeah, that okay. Yeah. I think there was like 3 or 4 or 2.
Or 17.
What?
Or 2.
Yeah.
You want to go to
Alrighty.
one? And I'll go to the other.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. As you make your way out, you will see Morwyn having just wrapped up his arm wrestling contest with a small dwarf. Morwyn, you
Yeah.
can add a relationship point with Greta.
Ooh.
I think it's also worth mentioning that Malachi,
has a
you
friend.
can Malachi. Well, I remember you can add a relationship point with Mina.
Right. Yep.
Shit.
You know what? While
What
we're
is
at
that?
it, I should have done this earlier, but Mahez, you can add one with Lorene and one with Kadoris. And Dragon, you can add one with Blaze.
Mhm.
Should have been doing that as we went. Didn't think to. I'm stupid.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Morwen, as you see
Yes.
your friends sort of walking past you as they go,
He's going to wave at them, specifically like wave them over.
Like
you two
you
coming
mean
over?
wave them over to come towards you, or
Yeah,
okay?
it's kind of like a hey, come here kind of movement. So the question is, does either Janus?
I think Lavender's on the way.
So Yanis, as he's going past, and hears that, will just turn back and hold up the whole finger of "in a moment." And
He's on a mission.
He's a man
Alright.
on a mission.
He's on a mission.
All right. Well, we'll stay with Lavender and Morwen for a moment.
Yep. So as you approach, Morwen is basically going to like turn to you and be like, "Do you know of Silk Ball?"
No, but we're doing one of the challenges. If you guys want to join,
I completely forgot about those. A strong one, and he turns to Greta. We might have to continue this conversation at a later date.
I'll be at the convention in a couple of days. We can meet up there and sign up together.
Marvelous. Brave one, lead the way.
Can I start calling people by adjectives now?
Hey, if they prove equality,
strong one.
he'll stick to it.
Would you like to join? And
Oh,
she
me
looks
and
to-
Rampart are 2 points apiece. We need to find a winner.
Oh, well, that won't be much help. Well, we'll come back and watch after.
If I haven't broken his wrist by then.
Oh.
I will say,
Oh.
as we're walking off, Morwen will start to tell Lavender all he's learned so far about Silk Ball.
Gosh.
Oh, Seb, I'll go into details with you after session about how Silk Ball operates.
Sounds
because
fine with
that'll
me.
come up later. Alright. We will quickly bounce back over to Yanis, who's making his way over to one of the gardens. Yanis, as you come over there, basically what you see are these beautiful little blossom trees, and some like exposed ground that it seems like Strixhaven kind of built around. The dryad that you guys were on the ship with is here, just sort of sat, with a couple of birds on his arm that he's just sort of tilting his head at. And there is an owlin sat with his arms crossed, kind of just watching over everything with a smile on his face.
Yanis is going to look to the dryad and lovely bit of nature in all this construction.
Dryad will nod to you, bowing his head slightly, and then he will sort of crouch down a little bit and pluck a bit of grass with the vine on his right hand. Pull it to his lips and blow, and he'll start playing a little tune on a grass whistle. Lavender, this is about when you and Morwyn will show up. Just hear this sort of little musical note being played, and I'd like the three of you to roll me nature.
Oh my god. My rolls are so bad today.
Nature, that's a 12.
12.
20.
Dirty 20. Yanis and Morwyn, you will see that a couple of these little brushes at the foot of the tree seem to be swaying with the music.
Oh. Are trees supposed to dance?
Depends on their mood. When he says that,
thinking.
Lavender looks down. Oh,
No, keep going.
I thought you said just a second. Sorry.
Oh.
And touches one of the little tree guys.
As you do, they seem to sort of let off this slightly sweet aroma. And
poison
they
gas.
all the little shrubs begin bouncing into the roots of the tree. And the branches will begin to pull apart, and you hear a voice in each of your minds. Wonderful little creatures, aren't they? And this green lion-like figure will begin prowling out of the blossoms in the tree, coming out of this camouflage, and will hop down.
Lavender looks over and has just like a beaming smile on her face, seeing him.
Having an eye for the smaller things in life and death. Good work, Mapatch. You might do well in Witherbloom, if given the opportunity.
And she just has a soft smile and bows her head slowly and looks back up at him.
Inquisitive minds are always rewarded here in Strixhaven, and we are no different in Witherbloom. As their dean, it's my responsibility to show you all how I treat my own. So please, accept these gifts and my greeting. I am Professor Braveheart.
Yanis will give a polite bow.
And out of the dirt will come like a small mound, almost like a molehill, with a little Witherbloom box set on top.
After you, Lavender.
Lavender reaches down and opens the box to see what's inside.
Inside are potions of greater healing. Enough for 2 for each of you.
She bows her head and thinks.
I look forward to seeing what grows within each of all of you. But remember this lesson. To master magic, you must master both its good and evil. Fire and water, life and death. And he will return to the tree and disappear into camouflage.
Morwen is left staring at the tree.
He's not having a good day.
He has nothing against the tree, only what it has said.
Oh dear. Right. Well, we will bounce back to Fortis and Simon, who are with Aurora and Xantha. And
Simon would
you will
have brought
see-
to the guys some drinks from the cafeteria, for Xantha and Aurora, with a questioning look towards her, like an eyebrow like raised.
she will refuse it.
He nodded like, yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah. You will see that she is looking at a little piece of paper with like a bit of an inquisitive look.
Oh, he's gonna look over.
You can see that it's one of the riddles, but not one that you've heard yet.
You don't mind if I read it too, right? He kind of just like, leans over a little bit.
She will pass it over. I saw it scrawled on the tree over there. And she'll sort of point to where you'll see the rest of your cohort.
Huh.
And
Alright.
anyone in that garden, so the 3 of you, Morwen, Lavender, Yanis, on the tree, almost directly where you're staring, Morwen, is something inscribed on the bark. I'm posting it now. We went over to the stage, but nothing happened when we went over there.
Well, we may not have looked properly, or kind of like spoken out of turn. You know how they are. They want. They're really just trying to show off like important, points in this place. I imagine they just go through like everything one by one. If you want, we can make our way back there now. I can help you look if you're interested. I'm sure Xanthar would love to help you too. I mean, with his shiny personality and those muscles, I'm sure he'll do great, right? You can rip off any floorboard plank just like that, I imagine.
He'll
If it's
kind of
hidden
like look
anywhere
at. She's the brains to my brawn, but I can do my best. What about you, Fortis? You coming along?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Someone just turns around, just like, huh?
I will do,
Did
yes.
not see you there.
You should open your
All
eyes.
right. All right, and the two of them will start heading back over to the stage.
Game paused. Is that there for anyone
Yeah.
else? Okay.
You
I
cannot take this
accidentally hit
action
my
while the game is currently
spacebar.
paused.
No,
That's
I
my
just
bad.
wanted to make sure I didn't
No,
do anything wrong.
I accidentally hit spacebar when I highlighted them. And the three of you will see Aurora, Xantha, Fortis, and Simon all kind of walking past, and they'll both stop and smile at you, Lavender.
Hi.
And Xantha will nod to Yanis. Morwin, they seem to be averting their eyes to you currently.
Understandable.
The other drink that I was trying to hand to Aurora that I couldn't hand because she refused, I would just pass it on to you, Lavender, as I walk past.
What
Wait,
kind of
say that
drink
one
is
more
it?
time.
I was trying, and Simon, when he left the cafeteria, he took with him 2 drinks to bring it back to Xanthar and Aurora. Aurora declined her drink, and Simon was, still walking with it. And as they walk past you, he's gonna hand you the drink and say, "You look thirsty," and then just continue walking with the other 2.
She just looks down at it in her hand, kind of furrows her brows a little bit, looks back up, looks back down. Thanks.
You don't know what it is. Looks questionable.
She sniffs at it. What would it smell like?
I'll
Or
be
what
honest.
does it look like?
It's murky. Kind of smells bitter, I'd imagine.
She kind of winces and brings her head back. Ew. What is this? Oh gosh. And just gently sets it down on the floor next to the bench.
Yeah, it was like a root beer or something. Like, I don't know, I know a lot of people don't like it. Kind of like
root
root beer
smells
drink-ish.
sweet to me. Oh,
does it?
it
It
wait,
smells
so
bitter
it's like
to
a
me.
root beer. Oh, never mind. She would drink it. I lied.
Okay,
if
okay,
if that's
yeah.
what it yeah. Okay, no, she would drink that. Oh, this is nice. Never mind. Total 180 here.
See, don't judge a book by its cover. Looks at Morwin. He's rubbing off on you, Lavender. Watch out!
All right. As everyone makes their way around to the stage, the only real thing of note is that center stage is marked with an X with some chalk.
I'm gonna tap my foot aggressively on it.
When you say tap your foot, just kind of like a waiting tap.
No, like, tap like once and then starts like tapping on it.
Lavender
Nothing
goes
happened.
to sit in one of the benches and watches on in amusement.
He's gonna be like, "Be or not be, clearly this is not it." And
You
theatrically
actually
just,
do that?
bounce.
Well, hold on. Do you do that?
Yeah.
After you deliver that line, because that technically
Oh,
fulfills the
no.
requirement.
No, fuck
The-
off.
The spotlight will turn on, like this magical spotlight turns on, centered on you, Simon.
And he goes like, "Well, fuck me."
Because I have it. If a player sings, dances, performs a play or a poem or anything like that, it triggers the effect.
Oh my god.
That technically
Nice.
counts. So yeah, the spotlight will shine down upon you, Simon.
He's gonna feel instantly this, like, I know it's just in his head, but he feels this pressure of, like, he just feels pressure, and he's a little bit taken aback as he's just, almost like sweating.
Behind you, a trapdoor will open, and a small blue-haired figure will jump out of it and land on the trapdoor, which then closes underneath them. Very well done indeed.
Oh shit.
A pleasure to meet you. You are Simon, correct?
Yes.
Impressive, very
only.
impressive puzzle-solving skills, I might add. Wonderful. You would do very well in Lorehold.
Where have I heard that before?
And he will look over to you, Chen. Ah! You have a bit of Lorehold in your style, I see. Do I have a potential new student joining me in my college next year?
I'll incline my head and just say that is my hope.
Well, then, it is mine as well. A pleasure to meet you, Janus, right?
Yes, but yes.
Janus, apologies. I am Professor Mannerington, Dean of Lorehold College.
Huh?
Oh my god.
Cool.
You can tell who knows that name and who doesn't. Myers, when you told me you wanted to go to Lorehold, I couldn't tell you. This had already been set in stone.
To meet you, Professor.
Is it? It's a
I feel like I
pleasure
need
to meet all of
context.
Mannerington is
Probably.
from Trinity Isle. He was the
Ah.
magic shop owner, who I will refuse to let die.
Very well.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I really do hope you survive this year. It would be terrible to turn you all away. Such budding minds, such inquisitive eyes, such innate desire to learn magic. It is wonderful to see every year. But I have a good feeling about all of you.
He just stares at him. And silence just becomes on the stage.
Oh,
He just
do-
stares at him.
Do I have something in my teeth?
Lavender.
Oh, no. You do not.
What's up, Kat?
Now she's just been looking on in sheer amusement this whole time. Big old smile on her face.
Well,
You know
since
what?
you've all completed this leg of the challenge, I must reward you. Dragon, go ahead as he begins getting a box.
Yeah. As Lavender's like, watching all that, Sam is gonna like with a flurry, like look at you, bow, and just grab whatever's in the box. Like, to his audience, just like bow once, bow twice.
And she just starts applauding. And she applauded when he was saying the to be or not to be stuff. It just
Yeah.
irritates
You know what?
the
I'm
shit, but
gonna
just
grab-
know that she
I'm
was
gonna
cheering
grab
for him
two.
then too.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab 2 rewards. One of them I'm just gonna check towards you, Lavender. So you don't have to get on the stage.
Thanks.
Everyone who takes one can take a Strixhaven pennant. Specifically, these ones will all be first year pennants. They won't have any college affiliation. Well, I do hope to meet some of you next year if you join me in Lawhold. But also, if you have any questions in regards to your studies or magical artifacts, do come and find me in my study and I will help you decipher. I want to make sure that you all have the ability to experiment and don't be afraid to tinker with a few things here and there. What's an explosion between magical friends and all that?
One less magical friend, worst case scenario.
Oh, what a sense of humor. Well, I must take my position again if anyone else comes running, but you'll all be free to wander around the Biblioplex and explore to your heart's content. If you have any questions, do come and find one of us. But welcome to Strixhaven University, and I am very much looking forward to seeing you all throughout the year. And I'll sort of tap on the trap door. It will open up and he will just drop into the darkness and the door will close.
Nice. Cool.
Congratulations. You have all completed the orientation challenge.
Nice.
Having arrived late, Morwen will turn to Lavender. What did I miss?
It was fantastic. Simon was performing, and then the professor came out. Oh, it was just lovely.
Yeah, it's like Simon said, like from above, like, yeah, you missed my performance.
My apologies.
No,
I was preoccupied.
He's gonna extend his elbow to Aurora.
And I'm assuming
Yeah, exactly. Like for her to like put her hand on, and as he'd imagine, he's gonna lead her back to Zamfer. as he'd imagine. He's gonna take Aurora one or like elbow Zamfer in the other. He's gonna sandwich fucking walk around with them.
Hello?
Yeah.
Well, as you two go back to Xantha, Yanis, sorry, as you have the highest passive perception, you hear a scream.
Coming from which direction?
Coming from this direction. Like this set of tables. Over sort of southeast of the Hall of Oracles.
Huh. Something's happening over... I mean, it could be just a spider crawled out of a book, but I'm gonna go investigate.
Lavender's
I'm literally saying that out loud to everybody.
Lavender's curiosity is piqued, so she follows along.
A curious glance at what seems to be the commotion.
Since you're on stage, you've got a little bit of a better view.
Yeah. I'm gonna
There's maybe
actively
about
be looking.
yeah, there's like 20 students sort of around these tables,
Mhm.
and they are all scrambling.
Oh.
And it is like a big commotion, and it looks like there is a bit of fear going. Like people are afraid of what the fuck is happening.
Oh, sure.
The moment Morwen would get close enough to see this, he would start to book it towards whatever is causing the commotion.
Alrighty. Fortieth, are you heading over as well?
I have moved to a position where I can see, but I'm not actively moving closer. But I've given
Alrighty.
myself sort of a line of sight.
All right. As you get closer, Yanis, you can see that there is what appears to be a second-year student trying his best to get everyone away from these tables, and it's like there is a particular student who seems to have a massive gash across their sort of shoulder and upper chest, which he is casting Cure Wounds on currently. And as you get closer, you see that this table is upturned, and there was a chessboard that was laid out upon it that has been scattered to the four winds. And in front of you stands these two chess pieces that have grown to human size and are attacking students. They seem to be
bastards.
black chess pieces. But yeah, they are actively attacking students, wrecking furniture, with swords and shields. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight. Because we are at
Cool.
time, unfortunately.
Oh my god. You bastard.
What a cliffhanger.
Yeah, well.
You some bitch.
Wonderful.
Well, we have 3 hours, so. And I figured that this was going to take up the majority of it.
Honestly,
But
good
yeah.
pacing,
Some
good
bitch.
time. Yeah.
That all works
Hey,
out.
Morwen has learned his future career.
Oh my
And
god.
current apparently his future fucking wife, goddamn. And
Not that he
a
knows
woman
that
that
it's
can
his
break
future
him,
career.
clearly.
But yeah, unfortunately, that is where we have to leave it for today. And when we come back next time, fight!
Fight, fight, fight.
Bye.
But yeah, I believe there shouldn't be any other relationships that need to be updated right now this second. So yeah, we should be all good. Seb, I will message you in between about the basics of Silk Ball that you would have learned. If anyone's got any
Excellent.
other questions for info they want a bit more on from this session, let me know. And
I do have one
I
question.
will go through. Yeah, what's up?
Was it greater potions of healing or?
Yes, greater.
Okay.
I will go through and have a look at some of like the extended content we've got because some of these spells I don't recognize. I just want to make sure that I just want to go through and check because D&D Beyond has added. They've added a lot of shit over the last year that I didn't know existed. But if there are
you
any
never
concerns,
heard of my finger guns? What?
yeah, that sort of that was interesting. If there are any concerns, I'll bring it up with individuals as we go, but we'll deal with that on a case-by-case basis. And otherwise, I think that's all we have time for.
Cool.
So we'll be back in 2 weeks, and we've got Flash of Darkness and the one I can never remember because I'm not in
You mean fell brush?
Lies
essentially?
out.
You talking fell brush?
Fell brush.
Ascension?
Fell brush. There
I
we go.
wasn't gonna help him. I was gonna make him suffer and try to figure it out.
Yeah, well, I'm missing a wall, so I've been a bit occupied. But yeah, Malachi, it's your house. Take it away.
Well, it's actually not because it's Mahez running the show at the moment. So if
Oh, yeah,
Mahez
right.
is
Cue a parade.
ready to, yeah, I was actually just looking through to
Because
see.
I was looking at Havoc, which is one that's just about to start.
Yeah, send it.
Sounds good.
All right.
But also, yeah,
Well,
you're on
And he
text.
sends
Thank-
off his messenger.
Thank you,
That was a lovely
everybody,
session.
for being with us and hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks, at least Strixhaven wise. Stay safe out there, I guess.
Very well.
And now we just wait until we're no longer on the air.
I'm waiting for
Everyone,
waiting for
keep your
Mahez.
pulses.
Yeah. Hold.
Holding.
Hold.
Holding.
My nose is itching.
No moving.
Darn it. Don't scratch it.
Can't move.
Don't scratch it.
I haven't blinked in days.
Damn it,
That's
I moved.
different. There's pills for that, Seb.
Damn it, I broke my pose.
You could have said, I could have knocked you out. There's plenty of ways to go to sleep.
All right, we're gone. We're gone. We're safe.
So, yeah.